Hey, welcome back. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is Andre with the Meadow Group, and it is December 14th, and that means we are coming up to an end of another year in real estate. And of course, the two most common questions that I've been getting is, how's the market and will the bubble burst in 2022? Now, to help you understand what's happening in the market, it's important to go back the last couple of months and see where those numbers are going. So I've prepared a slide for you, and it's a very simple slide. I do this every month. It's called a month-over-month comparison, and we're going to look at every single type of home, what's been happening in September up to November of this year. So as you can see, single detached homes were trading in around 750,000. Fast track to November that just ended 772. So you can see the increase there. Semi-detached homes, 630,000 was the average selling price. It is up to 665. Townhouses, probably our most popular category of homes, 598 up to 610 in November. Condos, 421 up to 432. And days of market about the same, hovering around 20. So as you can see, since September to November, there's been an increase in every single type of home category. Now, months of inventory, something that I talk about all the time and probably my most favorite term in real estate. Simply put, as you can see in September, 1.4 months of inventory means that if no other homes came onto the market today in exactly 1.4 months, there'd be no homes for sale. Now, take a look at November. We're hovering at 1 month of inventory being supply, and of course, demand being of buyers. And we'll talk a little bit more about supply and demand in the next slide. 1 month of inventory in November. Now, that is signaling to us that since September, it's dropped. The number of homes have dropped. The options for buyers are a little bit less. And that's going to also give us a good prediction of what to expect in November and most importantly, in January of 2022. Can we expect less than 1 month of inventory? Well, let's do a quick recap. This year, around February, March, we were at 0.8. And that, of course, is when the market was very aggressive. Lots of buyers, lots of bidding wars. It's possible we're going to see that again. So again, months of inventory, really the determinant factor of what's happening in the market. Always take a look at that. 1 month in November. All right, let's take a look at the next slide. The second most common question I've been getting is, will the bubble burst in Ottawa? Now, I've talked about this before as well too, and I'm going to repeat some of these kind of important things that you need to consider, and that's going to help us answer that question. 1 in 4 residents in Ottawa works for the government. The government obviously being a very sustainable job and a very important economic factor here in the city. This year, all year, we've been seeing historic low interest rates. You can still get a great mortgage, a great rate. There are tons of options, lots of lenders pushing out those low interest rates. Double income producers, I get this question all the time. What does that mean? Husband and wife team or a couple, when the two of them are working, they're going to be qualified at a higher income than versus one person working. If I'm making $100,000 a year and a husband and wife is making $150,000, they're going to be qualified a little bit higher for that mortgage. Population growth, probably one of my most favorite things to talk about, and that is the expansion of Ottawa and city in general. It is expected that in 20 years from now, the population will grow to 1.5 million. We're sitting at 1 million right now. That means more people are coming to the city. That means Ottawa is finally on the map as a big city. The infrastructure is going full speed ahead. Development is happening across the city. The suburbs are getting pushed out. Lots of development happening. The builders are very busy. Tons of applications for the city. So lots going on. Supply and demand. Again, I mentioned this before. I talk about it all the time. Supply is the inventory, the number of homes, and the demand is the buyers. When the supply goes down, the demand is going to go up. And that's one of the main reasons why prices increase. And of course, last but not least, the out-of-towners. We've been seeing for the last year and a half, people that are moving from different cities, whether it's from Toronto, Montreal, Vancouver. They're taking advantage of a city that's underdeveloped, undervalued, and that is Ottawa. They see the benefit long-term, 5, 10, 15 years. And, it's just we're on the radar for a lot of people. Now, something to and I will talk about this in a separate episode, the out-of-towners, why they are a little bit more aggressive in the offers and the bidding offers here versus the locals. And that is because they're coming from a different market, a more aggressive, highly rated market where they come in a little bit with less emotion and they're more about the numbers. But that's a topic for another day. Something that I wanted to pull up, and that is a recent article published by Remax. Remax comes out with their predictions for 2022. Every year they come out at beginning of the month for December, and as you can see from the title, it says that prices are expected to rise 9.2%. That's for 2022. Now, what I want to do though is I want to look at specifically what they have to say about Ottawa, and we're going to pull up their prediction right here. Now, before we get into that, let's take a look at what's happening in Ottawa. So 2020, the average residential sale price was $529,000. So again, this is something that I do as well too. I always talk about the average price, whether it's month to month or year to year. Now in 2021, it went up to $647,000. Guys, that's an increase of 22% in 1 year. That's how much value your home has built from appreciation. Now, what's interesting to note, it's not just Ottawa that's seeing this. You know, look at Kingston is 23%, Moncton 27%, St. John's 27%, Charlottetown 19%. I mean, we're hovering 19% and up for major cities in Canada. So these predictions are not really just for Ottawa; it is for all provinces and for the whole country. Again, we're seeing a very, very aggressive market that's really kind of just building and growing. Now, Remax's prediction for 2022, right over here, 2022 sale price estimate is 5%. So they are conservatively predicting that prices for homes in Ottawa will increase by 5% from today. So that's going to give you kind of a general idea of what to expect. Now, my personal predictions, I will be releasing a separate video on all social media platforms last week of December, and I'm going to really break down the predictions, and they're going to be supported by numbers. I love data, and it just kind of, it's what we follow, and it will give you a good idea of what to expect. Now, are we already seeing what we saw last year at the beginning? We are. As that inventory, remember months of inventory, as it goes lower, the number of buyers stay the same, so the competition increases. Are we seeing bidding wars? Yes. Is it for every single type of property? No. Are there still options for buyers? Of course, regardless of what type of market, whether it's a buyer's market, a balanced market, a seller's market, there are always options. December actually, funny enough, being probably one of the most smartest months to buy property. And that is because the properties that are in the market right now, the sellers are super motivated. They want to finish that transaction before the start of the new year. If that goes into the new year, well, again, that competition increases, just like we saw at the beginning of this year. So there you go. That's the predictions from Remax. A great brokerage that we all work with and talk to, and that's what they're saying right now is 5%. So again, stay tuned though for my predictions coming up in last week of December. And if any of you guys have any questions about any neighborhood, any type of home, or if you want a little bit more of a detailed report, number of sales, if you want to compare it month to month, year over year, just let me know, and I will be happy to send that to you guys. Hope everyone is well. Getting ready for Christmas, just around the corner. Hope you're not a last minute shopper like I am. But in any case, hope everyone is well. Stay safe, and we'll talk to you guys in the next one. Thanks, guys.